Welcome to Smiling Eyes. So the light moment today is, I lay me down to sleep, I wake up, the Lord sustains me, Proverbs 3:5. So the topic today, as I said with the installment last time, is being a middle-aged woman and self-diagnosing yourself. So I just recently had emergency surgery. So I thought I had a sinus infection, which I have had sinus infections, so my face will swell from it. So the first day my face swelled and I'm like, oh, I get a sinus infection. So then I got on the phone and I talked to one of my besties and she's like, you don't sound so good. And I'm like, I know, my voice sounds kind of weird. So I go, the swelling went down more farther in my jaw. I'm like, what's with that? So I says, well, if I don't feel better the next day, I'm going to go to doctors. I woke up the next day and I couldn't move my jaw. And I said, when did I step on a nail? And I know I had my tetanus shot, so it's not lockjaw. So I ended up going to the emergency room, and a friend of mine drove me. And they're like, you need to go in for emergency surgery. I was like, what? They're IVing me with the antibiotics and they're leaving the thing in your arm so that, they can keep it going. So I walk everywhere. So every day. And like a week before that, I says, wow, I just want to be carried. I get in the back of the ambulance and I'm like, well, that came to fruition. So I get to the hospital and the doctor's like convinced I have an abscess. They get me into surgery. He comes back, after I wake up and says, you don't have an abscess. I'm like, what? So another self-diagnosis. I talked to, going to church online, and I talked to the pastor, and he was like, oh no, that was a bug bite, because we had somebody else at church get a bug bite, and they ended up in the hospital too. And I was like, what? So they found out that it was cellulitis. It is crazy. So anywho, so you got to be careful with the self-diagnosing. Also, we will be talking about emojis. A little, heads up on that is how middle-aged women work with, all this technology. So, I'll be talking to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.